So let's get started. I'm just going to put it in gallery view so I can see you guys. Okay. Today, actually first we'll bow in. So, ski. Great. Okay, thanks everyone for coming today. I got some good feedback from last class on Sanshin. It seems some of you liked the Sanshin practice. So I did some homework on the technique and some really cool things I want to share with you guys. I think they're cool. So we'll get into that. But first we're going to do a little bit of warm up. So I want Nanahon attacks left and right side at your own speed. And Hajime. Okay, good. Continuing on, we're going to do Nanahon defenses left and right side. Defense with a counterattack. Okay, at your own speed, nice and loose. Warm up. Hajime. Okay, looks like everyone's done. Okay, deep breath. Another one. Okay, push-up position. I want 20 push-ups at your own speed. Hajime. Okay, looks like everyone's done. I'll get my timer ready. Okay, Shikodachi position. Nice and low, back straight. Try and keep your shoulders back, turn it to hunch. Good posture. And challenge yourself. Okay? 3, 2, 1, Hajime. Good job, 30 seconds done. Try and sink a little bit lower, push yourself. Don't forget to breathe. Good work, keep going, that's 1 minute. Try and maintain good posture as your legs start to burn. Try and stay tall. Good, 30 seconds left. If your legs are burning, maybe try and do some hand techniques, distract yourself. Take a deep breath. Almost there. Keep going. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Yam it. Sorry. Okay, good. Shake it out. Okay. And I'll talk for a minute while you guys rest up your legs and relax. So the focus of today's practice, we're going to continue on from last week's Sanchin practice. And I mentioned in that practice the specific breathing techniques. And we couldn't remember the name at the time, but I looked it up. And the technique for the special kind of breathing is called ibuki breathing. And essentially, and Vasi Sensei talked about this when he came to the seminar in Canada. And he talked about how it's the proper technique for breathing. And typically you only see Goju Ryu practitioners and yoga practitioners that have trained this type of breathing. It's a very, the idea is that you want to inhale into your stomach. That's a bad way of putting it. You want to use your stomach to breathe more efficiently. So a lot of people breathe improperly and they breathe only using their chest cavity, which creates very shallow breath. You're not maximizing the amount of oxygen intake, and which drives your blood flow and your muscles. So what a lot of the experts on ibuki breathing, they talk about all the benefits that it creates, such as creating better endurance, stronger techniques, and also it's more efficient for combat because you're learning how to control your breathing. You ever notice you go for a run, like a long distance run, you want to control and pace your breathing. Or if you play, say, hockey, you do a shift or a sprint, you have a more rapid pace of breathing and you'll be huffing and puffing after. Or if you're angry or excited, you'll start to hyperventilate. So part of the reason you train ibuki is so that you can keep composure when you're fighting. Say you're in a kumite or something, the pace gets high. You want to keep your breathing calm so you can have good techniques. So what I want us to do to start is we're just going to do the very basic ibuki breathing, which is we're not going to breathe into our chest like maybe some of our habits have taught us to, but you want to breathe using your diaphragm and your muscles in your core, using the back, the pelvis. Like, you know, when we do Sanchin, we'll tilt our pelvis forward and contract our abs. That's all part of that motion, right? So we want to inhale into the stomach through the nose, and then when we exhale, we're going to contract those muscles and expel all the air that we just took in. Okay, so let's try that a couple times. Maybe try 5 regular breaths. Nice and slow in through the nose and then slow out through the mouth. Okay, we don't want to gasp or exhale or go like that. It's controlled, so we want to be nice and smooth. So just like that. Okay, so maybe try that 5 times on your own. Hajime. And maybe just give me a thumbs up when you're done. Good. Okay, yummy. So you want to use those muscles that we talked about in the core, the pelvis, and the lower back to kind of expel all that air. And it's more efficient breathing because when you inhale fully and exhale fully, some of the science I was reading about it says that a fully constricted muscle, such as your lungs, can draw in more powerfully when it's completely expanded and completely deflated. So you actually are breathing more efficiently, bringing in more oxygen into your muscles. And there's a lot of really interesting literature that I encourage you to explore on this stuff. It's really fascinating. So relevant to Sanshin is that feeling of contracting our muscles, right? So I really want you to focus on that on the next round of breathing. I want you to still breathe in slow and out slow, but focus on that feeling of tension in your muscles. And so this time we'll do it in Sanshin Dachi stance. We'll go left foot forward, and you can alternate as you see fit. But I want you to get that feeling of contracting your muscles and drawing. It allows you to draw more power from your stance. So you're constricting, and you should feel that tension kind of generating in your core and right down to the floor. So try that for another 5 breaths and really focus on contracting those muscles on the exhale. Okay. All right. At your own speed, hajime. Okay, good. Looks like everyone's done. So next we're gonna kind of dial it up a little bit. But I want you to really monitor yourself with Sanshin breathing. If done improperly, you can potentially kind of harm your throat, or you might become lightheaded. So I really want you to focus on having nice full breaths, but also when you're breathing, you shouldn't feel soreness in your throat. Should be a nice even breath. Even if you do it quickly, it shouldn't be like, oh, like you might hear that sometimes. Try not to damage your throat. So monitor your breathing and pace yourself accordingly. And if you start to feel lightheaded, maybe just take a time out or raise your hand and let me know, and we can address it. But nice, full, even breaths. Okay, so next. So the last 2 times we've done slow in and slow out, right? So this time we'll do slow in and fast out, okay? And what it will look like, you see this a lot in our katas naturally, right? You'll see techniques where we go like, right? Like it's part of, it's very natural breathing in the katas. And I'll get into kime later. I think it's relevant, but so this time I want you to, in your sanshin stance, take a deep breath through the nose. Nice, slow, even breath. And then when you exhale, I want you to expel it out like you're throwing a punch. Okay, so just like that, but nice and even, okay? And all the breath comes out on the attack. And you can throw a punch if you feel it helps you visualize, okay? So, Sanchin Dachi. Just like that, okay? Any questions? Okay, at your own speed, give me 5 breaths. Slow in, fast out. Hajime. Okay, finish your last one. Okay, good. How does that feel? Anybody feeling lightheaded at all? Good. Okay, good. That's a good sign. So now we're going to explore the breathing a little bit more. This time I want you to do fast inhale, slow exhale. Okay, so Sanshin Dachi. Sorry, fast in. So it should be and slow exhale out. It's a little trickier. And make sure you really want to gain maximum inhalation and expel all the air that you've taken in. So you really want to train those lungs right now, okay? So at your own speed again, Hajime. Okay, good. So just to give you guys some application, you might envision the slow in, fast out as you see it in our Sanchin Kata, right? Where you go. If you want to apply it even more, you can speed that up. So give that a try. Nice slow in, build up that tension, and then on the exhale, nice strong punch as you contract that core. Give that a try. Give me 5 on each side.
Still in Sanshin Dashi position? Or
yes. Yes,
yeah.
So it should be left foot forward
Left.
if you're using the right hand.
Aye.
Nice reverse punch.
Okay.
So now that we're adding hand techniques, don't forget the breathing. Nice full in, full out. And don't forget the tension in the core region. Contract the abs, the lower back and the butt. Yeah, good to. I see some of you still doing the Sanshin Kata, which is good. You're doing a slow punch. Try and time it with the breath that I talked about. So slow in and then fast out. Try and use your breath with your technique. Yeah, good, Gina. Okay, finish your last one. Okay. And so we'll move to the next one again. So we'll do fast in, slow out. So you'll see this sometimes in our Sanshin Kata where we go wash yuke, nice slow breath in, or sorry, fast in, slow out. Right, so I want you to try that. So you'll do from Sanshin Dachi. I want you to do Mawashi Yuke and slow breath out. That was a bad one. I was holding my breath in my chest there. You can kind of see it. I kind of came up. So you want to remember your breathing, right? So sorry. It should be this way. Something like that. Give that a try. So fast in, slow out. Good. So remember, as you bring it back, contract that core and expel that air completely. Good. Okay, finish your last one. Okay, relax a little bit. Relax your breathing. Give yourself let some of that tension out of your muscles. Shake it out. This will be the last one before we take a little break. So this one's going to be a challenge. It's going to be fast in and fast out. And I really want you to make sure that you're doing a strong ibuki breath, you're not gasping or you're not wheezing, but I want a nice, strong, sharp breath. So it's going to be something like that. All the way in, all the way out. And time your technique with your breath. Sound good? Any questions? And play around with it. See how it feels. Okay? At your own speed, give me 5 with left foot forward and 5 with right foot forward. Okay, so you're going to do, I'll give you a little more specific instruction. So start left foot forward, and it'll just be right hand punch. So it's going to come in just like that. Okay? And then when you're done, 5 switch sides. At your own speed, hajime. Okay. Finish your last one. Okay, good job. Go get a drink of water. Let's take a minute, maybe 7:32. Be back here. And I apologize, you should have had water with you in case you get a sore throat from the breathing. So that's something I overlooked. I apologize. So maybe get a water, bring it back with you in case you get a sore throat from all the heavy breathing. Okay?
It won't break them.
What's that, Calvin?
It won't break them.
True. Okay, no water.
Senpai, you told us people did 3 hours of this? 3 hours of this every day?
No. There are dotas where you had to do Sanchin for 3 years.
Yeah, there's some cool.
Yeah, although 3 hours of this sounds like a good idea. So I think should be suggested.
Yeah. Once practice is done, you have to do it until 11 o'clock. Vishnu, there's some cool training videos out there of people doing it underneath like waterfalls and stuff to like test your posture because it weighs down on you, so you have to be strong.
I keep telling Sensei we need to do exactly that at a summer training camp.
It would be very cool. Sensei, I can't hear you. I can see you speaking, but I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to expand upon what you were saying about the breathing.
Okay.
You know, you think about it, you're breathing your body in two cavities, the upper cavity and the lower cavity. You know, the upper is the chest and the ribs. The lower cavity is more of the abdominal part. And when you're breathing, Scott, what you're saying, you can watch my shoulders when I'm breathing. Watch this. When I do heavy breathing, watch my upper cavity. So when I'm breathing in, and then out, right? As opposed to, my shoulders aren't moving up and down as much this way.
That's it.
As opposed to, so this upper cavity breathing it's a normal way people breathe. You know, I breathe that, you know, especially when you're really taxed, you're tired and you're trying to get oxygen in and you're doing that way. But in martial arts, in daily life too, you try to do the breathing through your lower cavity. So instead of the oxygen going, think about in your ribs and your chest, and it expands your shoulders. That way, what you do is you try to breathe through the abdominal area. So when you're breathing in, your abdominal area actually extends outwards, outside, and then in slightly. So you don't show this area. And in martial arts, you don't want to show your breathing, you're taxing, right? And it's disconcerting if you're breathing this way and your partner's breathing this way. You're both tired, but you're not showing it, right? So that's a good exercise to do, is maybe go in front of the mirror, and especially when you're a little bit tired, if you come from a run or you're doing something and you're breathing heavy, then try to go in front of the mirror and try to see if you can breathe through the abdominal area, the ibuki area, as opposed to up and down area. Okay? And that breathing in and out, you want to get that oxygen in, but just as important is you want to actually expel that carbon dioxide out. You want to breathe out. A lot of people breathe in more than they breathe out, right? But you want to expel that energy out. Okay, so you take a deep breath in, but a quick short out. You want to extend that a little bit, and then hopefully eventually you'll reduce your respiration rate a little bit slower. So that's a good exercise to do. Okay. Carry on, Scott, if you see your time.
Okay, thank you, Sensei. Yeah, to build off what Sensei said, some of the reading I did describes it as breathing with your stomach as opposed to your chest cavity. And I think Sensei put it well, where it's like you think of it as two cavities, and driving it with the lower cavity instead is kind of some of the reading I saw. So now that we have the breathing down, it's still probably a work in progress, but I want you guys to practice that. And like Kelvin said last practice, some dojos, Sanchin is essential for the first 3 years, and that might be all you learn. So this breathing is really, really important. So now that we have that down, and you're supposed to practice Sanchin every day. So I know that's going to be tough, but do your best to incorporate this into your practices. So now that we have the breathing down and we've gone over some of the basic techniques last practice, I want to go through the kata with, the good, proper breathing, good tension in your muscles, okay? So I'll start we'll break it down into chunks, and I'll walk you guys through it for some of the beginners. And for some of the higher belts, follow along, and feel free to finish the katas when I break you guys free, okay? So we'll start from square one. Ski. Great. Yoroi. So from here, you're going to step into right Sanshin Dachi with a nice, strong stance and a deep breath. Okay, so breathing into that stomach. And then you're going to draw the left fist back. Again, breathing into the stomach. And out. Nice, even breath. Good. And then you're going to breathe in and out with this block. Good. Feel that tension in your muscles, and then you're going to relax as you step. So step forward, left foot. And then draw the right hand back, deep breath. And out. And tense your muscles. Imagine Calvin's coming by to kick you in the legs right now. So tense up those quads. And breathe and block. Step forward with the right foot, relax. And left hand in, deep breath into the stomach. And out. Breathe in, draw it back. Tuck it under. You're gonna cross your feet over. I don't think we got this far last time. So this will be the next step. I'll show you my feet. So it looks something like this. Sorry. You're gonna step over and you're gonna do a 180 turn into left Sanshin Dachi. So maybe spin around to face the camera and just envision that you're going the other way. So you should be at left Sanshin Dachi. And as you turn, I want a big inhalation, okay? So you're gonna breathe into your stomach with the Chudanuke. And then you're gonna drive it out with a right punch. Block, breathing in and out. Stepping right foot forward. Left hand in, inhale. And out. Good. Now you're gonna do another 180 turn. So this is gonna come back, under, and then step. You're gonna turn with the Chudanuke and inhale as you turn. And drive it out. Good. Sorry, I'm just gonna switch to gallery so I can see you all. Good. And block, breathing. And out. Step forward. Left hand in. And out. Block. Right hand. Out. Block. Left hand. So now that you've exhaled, you're just going to place the other hand there. Okay. Now, you're going to apply the breathing to a new move. Okay. So from here, you're going to grab, imagine you're grabbing the lapel of the gi like this, and then you're going to inhale as you bring it back. Okay. So you want to be nice and strong through the back. Okay. Squeeze those lats. And then you're going to drive forward. So your hands will look something like that. Good. One more time. Grab. Good. One more time. Good. Now we're gonna do, should be right foot forward. We're gonna do Mawashi Uke stepping backwards, okay? So like we did earlier with our techniques, it's gonna be good. And last one more Mawashi Uke. Nice, perfect breath here, okay? I want this to be your best one. And one more time. Okay, how did that feel? Feel better with the breathing? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, good. Just a few pointers that I saw. I was watching a few applications of this actually, and I found it really interesting. I'll link the video in the group chat after. One thing I saw that I found interesting, one sensei was showing that you actually don't want to forget about your hands. So he's saying that you want to keep the tension in your thumbs, even on Mawashi Uke. And the reason is that you're training your grip. And there's some really nasty applications of it where he was blocking and then he was coming into the groin and into the hair, things like that. So don't forget your hands. So as you do Mawashi Uke, keep that tension in your thumb as well. And because when we do the fast breathing, if you want to apply it to a technique, it might look something like that, right? Or you're grabbing like that. Some really cool stuff that I'll share in the group chat. So maybe we'll just rewind to the Mawashi Uke part. So from here, Mawashi Uke. And keep in mind your hands, right? So you want to have that tension. So we'll do, for the breathing, we'll do fast in, slow out like we did before, okay? So keep in mind the hand tension this time. So try 5 of those with fast inhale, slow exhale. Like that.
Scott, I have a question. I mean, for the Mashuke, I mean, do we have to have the thumbs like curved a little bit inside, or can we have them just parallel, sort of parallel like this to the other fingers? Or do we have to have yeah, like this?
Good question.
Just parallel.
I'm not sure if either one is wrong. I saw this quite often.
Okay.
I don't think that's wrong, but I think generally you want to have them.
Yeah, out is definitely wrong. I'm sure.
Yeah.
If it is just parallel to the other ones like this, not necessarily curved inside, but parallel to the other ones, is that okay? Or sorry,
I don't have the definite answer for that. I think
okay.
they are
Okay, then I will perhaps ask. Yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, okay, I just wanted to. Okay, good. Just
I would bend them.
bend them.
Okay, okay, good. Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Kelvin.
Sorry, does that make sense? Does that make sense? The bending
Yes.
thing? Like, how would that,
Senpai, does what make sense?
the bent position for the thumbs.
Like this?
Not like totally facing into your hand, but more like what Scott's got, a little bit sort of. Think of it this way. You could slam the tip of your thumb into someone's eyeball.
Hmm. I like that.
Kind of like this.
Tucked in, so no gap,
It's like this.
so that your hand supports your finger.
Something like this then.
Like
Okay, I'm
this.
showing you.
That's
That looks mean. I like it.
Oh, it's like your thumb is getting pushed into your hand. It's like it's retracting.
yeah.
Oh, so it's like this.
I see. Okay. Yeah, kind of like that. Does that make sense, everybody? I don't want to hijack this, but just to clear it up.
No problem.
All right, I'm done.
Okay, Yame. So we'll move on to the last one. We'll have some fun. You guys have worked hard. Sanshin's not easy. So like I said earlier, there's some fun applications of this that I saw. So I want you guys to try that with the breathing that is fast in, fast out. Okay, so I want you to imagine it's an attack. Okay, if we were with no social distancing, I would want you guys to do this as a bunkai. So imagine you have an opponent with you that you're attacking. Okay, do your best to treat it like a bunkai. Okay, so bring it in, and then think of it as you can strike out with this to like the shoulder and the hip, or the face and the groin, or you can grab the gi into a throw, or the mean one that I saw, which is kind of like a Senpai groin strike into like a hair grab, which I thought was pretty cool. It looked something like a strike to the groin, and then the head came back like that. So it might look like that. And so have some fun with it. Treat it like, or be creative. And remember that breathing, right? So you want to go like that. Okay? So let's treat it like a block counterattack. Okay? Take 10 of your best Mawashiyuke block counterattacks. Okay? At your own speed. Hajime. Don't forget your breathing on your counterattacks. Okay? In, out. Okay, finish your last technique. Good. Cool. I saw some interesting combos there. All right. Okay, so just to end off, 2 more quick things. I want you to do the full Sanshin kata this time at your own speed. And I want you to think about all the things that we've covered, right? Good posture, using your muscles to ground yourself and your stance to generate power from being stable. Good breathing and timing your techniques with your breath and timing your techniques with your hips as well. So I want you guys to kind of try and wrap it all up together into like one really nice last kata, okay? So at your own speed, Sanshin kata. Yes, Gina?
Scott, I have a question.
Yes.
The first 2 moves, I guess. Are we breathing in twice in a row without breathing out in the middle? So in when doing this and then in again? Or is the first move more like when we're doing a block where it's both in and out?
So let me see if I understand you correctly. So you step in,
Okay.
out. And then blocks, it's in, out. So on the blocks, I think it's a shorter breath.
Okay, so based on what you just did, the answer is that the first move here, the breathing is kind of the same as the breathing for here. And it's not like in Tensho, where we're breathing in twice without exhaling in the middle.
Not 100% certain on the difference between Tensho. Maybe Kelvin can chime in or Sensei. But yeah, my understanding is that it's a breath and there's an exhale. And
there's an exhale. Okay.
That's what I think it is. But Senpai and Sensei can correct me if I'm wrong.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so Sanshin kata.
Scott,
Yes.
so just to recap, the in out that happens 3 times, right?
Hi.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Sanshin kata. Best one. Hajime.
So Scott, the turn, when you do the turn, after you place your arm under here, are you exhaling or inhaling? Because I find when I do the turn,
Yeah.
I'm inhaling after the turn. So
Yeah, okay. So it should be, let me see. Okay, so from here, this will be the first turn. So you want to go, so you just exhaled. You're gonna inhale and exhale. Just like that. It's not like a full deep breath like you are when you're punching, is my understanding. I seem to recall that it's that, and then as you turn, you're gonna inhale. Is that clear? Clarify?
hey, yep, great.
Hey. Okay, good job, everyone. It looked really good, especially the white belts, who is probably really new to. You guys did good. Just relax. It's a tough kata. So the last thing, I just want you guys to sit in seiza position. We're just going to mokuso, and I want 10 breaths, 10 perfect breaths with slow in and slow out, all the way in and all the way out, okay? And the breathing will be at your own pace, okay? Hai. Mokuso. Hey, mokuso yame. And up. Okay, that's all I had for today, guys. Thanks for coming out. Ski. Great. Sensei ni. Great. Okay, thanks, guys. Hope that was okay.
Scott,
Thanks, Scott.
next
Yeah,
week
really good.
too.
What's that?
Next week too.
That'll be some fun.
Can you hear me?
Thank you very much, Scott. That was very
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Thanks a lot.
Bye,
Thanks a lot.
Scott. Bye,
Oh.
guys.
I think Sensei's going to say something here.
Yeah, if you need to go, head off. This is just a few comments I want to make. In Senshin Kata, make sure in the face the camera. Watch my elbows. Yeah.
Hmm.
As opposed to out. Don't make sure they're. So when you pull in, your arms, your forearms, and your elbows touch your ribs, your sides, and when you strike out, it's still touching here. Okay. And my elbow position is actually down, not up. You're not doing that. So make sure it's tight and in tight. So it's almost linear straight here. But let's also watch my watch my punch here, if I can show it. Okay. Again. One more time. Okay. So why did I slap my hand or stroke my hand?
The test structure, Sensei.
No, when I slap my hand, my arm, my elbow's out. It's no good. When I do punch this way, my elbow's down. It's good. Okay. Bad, good. Okay. So when you're punching, don't punch out. Same thing with Nikite. Okay, elbow in. You're working the lats, right? Pulling it in. The second thing, Moshuke, when you're blocking, also, you're talking about the fingers, but also think about the palm strike. Like you can't do it, but you're almost hyper extending your fingers back. And that's what you want. You want those bang. So whenever you're having open hand technique like this one, think about here to really push out, bang, to pull it back. Okay, it's not just relax this way. You want that extra push out to work on. And the last thing I think you were talking about where the position of the finger is, the thumb, here. This is the same position when you're doing Haito. That's where you're making contact, is with that knuckle in the soft spot. Okay, so you don't want it flat this way. You want it come in, so that means that knuckle is protruding a little bit. And when you're doing Haito, you're doing pinpoint targets in there, striking. You're not striking with just the hand, you're striking with the hand. So that's the same position for the hand. Yep, that's all. Good class, Scott.
Thank you, Sensei. I have one question, Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the elbows in. Am I maybe conflating it with the Tensho version?
Yeah,
Tensho comes out a little wider.
Yeah, Tensho, you come in, and then your elbows flare out, but your hands stay straight, and your elbows are up. So it's kind of like a rounded. Well, it's not a circle, but it's a little more oval. So you come in for Tensho, and then you almost like a swimming motion. So in this case, your elbows are out.
Mm.
That means my elbows are down, right? Not, right? So you can still have your arms bent, but your elbows down. But Tensho is out more. Sanchin is linear, straight. But elbows down, right? Both cases.
Hey. Very helpful.
Thanks, Sensei.
Sensei.
Thank you, Sensei.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sensei, Scott, everybody, have a nice night.
Yeah, you too.
Night.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Sensei and Scott.
Thanks, Scott. Have a good night.
Good night.
Night.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too. Thank you, Sensei.
Yeah, thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Dea. Have a good night.
Bye. You too.
Bye.